Oh, hi, Officer Burnett.
Hello.
When you came to the tent area, you said that you were going to do an investigation for my phone, like I never forget. And I never got the call from the FBI, and that was October of 2020.
Okay.
So I wanted to know the status of that, and then when I reported to you that the post office was depriving me of my right to mail and went on holds, because my sister wouldn't give me the mail, and I reported that to the police, and they covered for it. It's a felony crime to sabotage mail, and a whole post office doing it. Whatever happened with that? I don't know. You wouldn't let me do the report and had me leave when I showed you the 4 holes that the post office refused to honor. That's a felony crime that post office was committing, as well as my sister, and nothing was done both times. I had written all over the United States to a multitude. I did this huge campaign because I couldn't get law enforcement. I bought a copier and I copied papers and wrote all over the United States. A lot of people. I spent a lot of money on stamps, envelopes, and I didn't get any mail from that address. None.
Do you have a case number?
I don't have a case number, but I spoke to you those 2 times. You wouldn't give me the case number for the post office committing that crime on Keys. But as for the case number, I can check and see the case number for when you came out to the tent area. But today I'm calling because I reported to Internal Affairs these helicopters.
You what?
Reported to Internal Affairs these helicopters. I get gang stalk and I'm deprived of law enforcement to an extreme. And if someone's using helicopters to gang stalk me, so I'm kind of curious on where these helicopters are coming from.
If there's helicopters, they're probably just working.
What are the helicopters doing in my area? Working?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand what they would be doing because I get gang stalked. Someone that's not mentally stable is allowed to control the government.
They fly around everywhere, sweetheart.
So helicopters now fly around all environments.
Yeah, they do. If police officers request them to their area, they'll fly around.
Well, see, I have a problem with a lot of police corruption. So I don't want police stalking me for using helicopters, abusing power, using helicopters like they did when I was at Salvation Army. There was a police that had flashlights shining on the environment that I was in when I was fleeing from abuse that involved them. So when I hid and took my wig off and changed clothes, I reported to Internal Affairs. They did nothing. There was a police officer with a flashlight looking for someone in that community when I was hiding from the police in a domestic violence crisis that they were involved in.
Why were you hiding from the police?
Because I had multiple false arrests. They came to bus stops, told me not to talk to men, enticed people to bully me, degrade me, violate me, threaten me, assault me, have assaulted me myself, assaulted themselves, forced me to live in a tent, deprived of domestic violence assistance, lied, slandered, threatened.
Okay.
They interference with child custody crimes, keeping me away from my child, cover for someone hitting my son with a car and me, and all other kind of chaos, like you did with the mail and not reporting my hack phone. So you want to know the case number for the hack phone when you did nothing regarding the report?
I don't even remember what day you're talking about.
So you said you need the case number?
I'm asking if you have one.
I can look and try to find the case number. If you told me that you guys, why would you not investigate a hack phone network? That's pretty serious. And why would you not investigate the felony crime that the post office was committing?
You'd have to talk to the postal police.
They lie and pretend they want me to talk to the scammers you have on my phone and try to give me a number. So I won't get anything resolved like they've been doing years. I think that the government is out of control by forcing me to speak to the scammers they set up on my phone, knowing full blown well no one would believe the government's that sick. Corrupt government officials enforcing cell phone providers to allow them to hack their phone network. Government officials that happen to have access to scammers that have already defrauded me out of funds. My phone's malfunctioning again, Burnett, trying to get these numbers. My provider keeps threatening the police. It won't let me scroll. And a lot of times I'm on this call, my phone does not want me to give you information, like someone's controlling it. That's why I keep going to my provider, but they keep covering for it and calling the police to come out and bully me.
I'm trying to bully you.
Well, can you pull up my name since you came out and see? I mean, can you do any legwork? My phone won't let me get the case number. You refuse investigation and enforce it. So can you do a little legwork and look up your own case that you didn't investigate?
What's your name?
It's Keyana, Keyana.
Okay.
Clark,
Your last name?
Clark.
And what's your birthday?
I mean, when you get so corrupt that you deprive a citizen of their right to mail, that's pretty unreal. I know people did not believe the helicopters. I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it. They had the flashlight and everything, surveillance in the area, looking for me, hiding from them. You could see the flashlights shining on the ground. Who were they looking for in that area that Internal Affairs did not want me to know? They play games with hoes. Look at the whole time. It's just impossible to get updates now on records. It's almost like the police are covering for crimes, enforcing them. I mean, this was reported October of 2020. It's October of 2022. An investigation I think the problem with the investigation, the report number she was looking for, I had to go another avenue because my phone kept shutting off for the older date. So I found the report number. Let me go back to it. This is when she took the report. So my phone kept shutting off. I don't know if you heard that. So I had to go a different avenue to get this report number. That's Burnett. Right there. And this is the report number. And my phone kept shutting off, so I couldn't go to this older date. Actually, in fact, July of 2020. I think the problem was because it's an incident report number. Those aren't investigated. So apparently they lied in this video. I'll put it in the descriptions. Why would she lie to enforce my hack phone network? Hacking a phone network is a crime. Even if it is the government doing it, enforcing that I speak to their scammers so I can't escape their abuse, who have defrauded me out of funds. This is the whole time. I've done this for an hour. I think it was at 12 minutes. Not quite sure, so I've been on hold 8 minutes. They have me on hold. They don't populate anything. It's games. So I'm just on hold. What's, concerning to me, she's muted, is how these officers just act like tampering with evidence, which is a felony crime. It's just a normal everyday job task, cutting off body cams. They just take it, it's nothing. For a whole police department to write in the front of the building upon my arrival to tamper with evidence and give prearranged report numbers, which happens to be a felony crime. They have written up on the board when I come in the report number I'm supposed to be given to tamper with evidence, and they do it. This is South Central Patrol. This is the one that detained me for reporting my daughter's abuse, and the same one that gave me a ticket for reporting their crime, the multitude of crimes, the multitude of officers and sergeants and multiple parties were committing at that police department. They gave me a ticket for reporting their crimes, and the judge condoned it. I was trying to report child abuse, and they were covering for it as they have done years.
Oh, case numbers for you.
Okay, I wanted to know what happened. You said it would be an investigation like I'd never forget, and, I never got a call, and that was 2 years, was that 2 years ago?
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. These case numbers are from 2022.
Oh, is this Burnett?
No, it's Officer Lewis.
Why would Burnett get off the line for looking at her own report where she tampered with evidence twice?
Yes, ma'am.
Which is a felony crime she committed 2 times. But I can give you the report number. This is not from 2022. I think the problem was that she gave me an incident report number that doesn't get investigated. But she got off the phone. That's pretty rude because it was her own report. Why would she not want to give me an update on her own report? Is she covering for it?
What is it that you need?
She was helping me. Why would she get off the line and then covering for that crime? She intentionally gave me a report number she knew wouldn't get investigated and committed a crime twice. The first time she wouldn't take the report of the felony crime of the post office being so extreme. Ma'am, are you covering for it? What's your name?
This is Officer Lewis.
Officer Lewis, your badge number?
Yes, ma'am. 10603.
Have you ever heard of a post office committing a whole felony and depriving someone of their meal?
I don't know, ma'am.
You never heard of? I never heard of it. You don't know if it's okay if a post office deprives someone of their meal, a felony crime, on Keith, where you have to call the post office or the police on a post office for committing that felony, showing the police 3 or 4 holes that the post office refused to honor when that person's life was in jeopardy and did a campaign writing all over the United States for help to escape the government's abuse. So the government was so sadistic and sick they committed a felony crime and deprived me of my meal. And Burnett wouldn't take the report and the evidence that she saw I had the meal. The holes, rather. And then she committed a second felony by depriving me of the right to report this hack phone network and then got off the phones because she didn't have answers. But no, I didn't want the report number for that. Let me give you the report number they gave me. Are you ready for it?
Oh, yes. What are you wanting from the report? What do you need?
Law enforcement. I mean, you're law enforcement? And you don't know what I want from a report?
I don't know if you don't tell me, ma'am.
Okay, you're law enforcement. And you're asking me what I want from a report? When you give reports, the expectation would be law enforcement?
What is it that you're needing?
I've stated it multiple times, ma'am. It's like you're covering for it like Burnett did. Those are felonies. And obviously, I want law enforcement. And does the United States depriving me of law enforcement like they've been doing years out of corruption? That's a crime.
Multiple calls coming in. Is there any kind of police-related matter?
Why are you depriving me of my right to report crimes?
Okay, that is not a...
I have a report number. Why are you scheming so I can't get an update on this report to tamper with evidence? Why are you scheming to deprive me of services that you've deprived me of for years? I have the report number. Why are you scheming so I can't give it to you?
Okay, ma'am, there's multiple calls coming in.
I have the report number, ma'am. You're committing a crime, ma'am. I have the report number. Here's the report number, ma'am.
I'm trying to ask you, what do you need the report number?
I want you to look it up and give me the update.
You're wanting to know, like, where...
Are you refusing to give me the update, ma'am? You said that you have one for 2022. I found this one. Can I give it to you for you to see?
So you need an update on it, like, to know what's going on with
Can I give you the report number and you look and tell me what's going on with this, ma'am?
What's the report number?
20-1375789. It wasn't easy getting this. That's what I was reporting them to them, the problem with my phone. I had to go different avenues and try to hide from my phone so my phone wouldn't know the avenue I was taking to get this report number. So I had to go to another video because my phone would not let me search for this video. So I had to go to another video and get this report number from the descriptions.
Okay.
My phone shouldn't be controlling what I'm doing, in my life. Metro PCS won't do anything regarding it. I told them that in this video.
Okay, so that number, that's an incident number to a call that we came out on. It's not a report. If you want the information on that, I can give you the records phone number.
They lied to me again and gave me an incident and lied and said it would be an investigation I'd never forget, knowing full-blown well it was never getting investigated? That's a felony, man. Where do I report that to? Twice. Burnett committed. Then got off the phone when she didn't have answers and put you on the phone.
Okay, do you want the records phone number?
Ma'am, I don't understand how you report crimes that our police are committing for years. Extreme events, like they are mentally unstable. I think their behavior is a threat to national security, helicopters, all this chaos. Can you explain why there's a helicopter? Ma'am, I don't know why you disregard the helicopters. I want to get to the bottom of it because if they're abusing power to have helicopters stalk me. Ma'am, are you covering for the helicopters? I'd like to know about the helicopters. She hung up. I know you have to record it. You have to record it. Who would believe it? I know that's why they get away with it. That's their alibi. But as I've said multiple times, when you report what the government has done and it makes you sound mentally ill, is that a threat to national security when we get to the point that reporting the government's crimes makes you sound mentally ill?